guys, and welcome back to Opal&Mint. I am Ashley, and today I'm going to be talking about a watercolor surface. I typically use 100% cotton watercolor paper, and if you have watercolored any at all, you know that painting on paper, the paper tends to warp and buckle. And there are ways to flatten your piece or to stretch your paper before you paint. But I was very curious when I stumbled upon watercolor art boards. I got these at Jerry's Artarama in Dallas, and I've seen these several times when I go in there, and I'm always curious, but I just hadn't picked them up yet. But this past week, I picked up the Canson Watercolor Art Boards. This is a size 8x10. I don't know what they're made out of, so I don't think this is cotton paper, but it's a rigid artboard cold pressed texture for watercolor, acrylic, gouache, and inks. So we shall see what this is all about. I just want to test this out today, see how watercolor goes on it, how it dries, and obviously see if it holds a lot more water than watercolor paper. So this is what the board looks like. It is fairly thick and rigid. So yeah, let's give this a try. I know that I saw a fellow YouTuber try out some new, I guess they're called art boards. I'm not really sure what the brand calls them, but they are Legion Stonehenge watercolor, and they are 100% cotton art boards of some sort. So, but those are like metal back, and these are just, board. So I might be eventually trying those out, but those are brand new. So I'm going to try this, see how I like painting on this surface, and then I might try those out because those are, a little more expensive. So, all right, let's go ahead and turn the camera around and just put some color on this paper board. All right, so once again, here is the Canson Watercolor Art Board, and let's open this up. It does look like it has a nice texture and not too incredibly textured, but enough. I think I want to do two different things on this because I want to really test it out. So first, I want to do something with just a whole bunch of water to see how this holds up and if it buckles at all, and then perhaps paint just some kind of small piece. But we're gonna start with my Tintoretto. It's a mop brush, size 8, and I just want to put a bunch of water on this and just see how it reacts to a bunch of water. What color should we do today? I actually have a new Daniel Smith paint. I know I just finished filling out my palette, but I did go to Jerry's, and oh, that's pretty. For some reason, I can't not pick up a Daniel Smith paint when I go to Jerry's. So this is Rose Madder from Daniel Smith. So let's just see how this likes having all of this water. I need to figure out where I'm going to put this in my palette. I don't know if there's any colors that I want to replace with it. Okay, let's put a little bit more. Let's find something else to go along with it. Yeah. So I'm just putting some color on the page, seeing what happens. I might tilt it, drip some water down it. I'm really liking this style. It gets messy, but I really enjoy the background that it makes. Try and turn it to where you can see a little bit of what I'm doing. Just using a lot of water, and since I've been doing this and using a ton of water, it would be nice to see how these kind of react to this style. So far, it's looking good. Okay. clean the water off the table. Get the bottom edge of this. So it seems to be doing pretty well and holding up to all that water. That was quite a bit of water. Hold on, hold the phone. It has warped a little bit. It has warped. This is exactly why I wanted to do this with a whole bunch of water. I wanted to see if at any point it would do that. Because like my watercolor paper, I know how to flatten after I have done this and got it warped. But this, I am not really sure how I would flatten it. Perhaps in the same way, we'll see. But we'll show you the side view of this so you can kind of see the warp. This is really, really, really close to the camera, so it's not going to focus. But you can see, even without it focus, you can see that that has warped above the rest of the pages. So it did warp a little bit. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more painting on this and then we'll come back and look at it. But I'm gonna keep testing out this surface. So it seems to be staying wet pretty long, which is a good thing. It has definitely bowed and not the greatest thing. It does seem like it's continuing to bow even more. Probably could be flattened out once you're done, but the problem with it just doing this like bow is paint will start sliding off these directions if you are using a lot of paint and water. So I am very curious if any of you have tried any kind of art boards, whether they be Cansons or others. but the surface itself does seem to be taking the watercolor fine. It's not the highest quality that I've used, but it is definitely staying wet. For quite a while. So, not sure how I feel about this. We shall see, but let's take this one off if I can. And yeah, it's got quite a bit of arc in it. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, see how much it bowed? That is quite a bit. I did use a lot of water, but let's see what it does with just a normal amount. I'm going to paint something. Not sure what yet. And then we'll look and see how it did. Okay, so I decided just to do a whole bunch of just random foliage and leaves just to see how the paint would go on the page and how much water it took, if it was, just see how it would handle just a, one layer color. And it looks like it did not bow from just that, so that's good. I like this. I don't know yet if I love it. I'm really, really in love with the cotton paper that I use. And so I like the concept and idea of this though. So the Legion Stonehenge one, I'm actually very, very interested in because the back is metal, so it shouldn't bow like this at all, I would think. And the surface of that one is 100% cotton paper. So, and the Stonehenge is actually one of my favorite watercolor papers. I love the Fabriano Artisco the professional line from Fabriano. Their cotton paper is fabulous. I really like the soft press and the cold press from them. But the Stonehenge was my first favorite cotton paper. So anyways, I'm very interested in that. I'm curious if you've tried any kind of watercolor art boards. I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. But as for this, I don't know that it's going to be a go-to kind of thing for me because I like using my cotton papers. I could definitely see this being useful for certain things. I think this would be really cute for like a nursery print. If I painted like a nursery watercolor print on this, you could frame and hang up. But again, you can use paper. So I'm not sure. Let me look from the side to see if it bowed at all. It stayed fairly flat. So it's cool. I don't know that I'm in love though. Like I'm not wowed by it. So, but I'm going to continue to play with it. And if I do change my mind or if I do end up falling in love with it, I will definitely let you know in a future video. But please leave me all the thoughts below on what you think of watercolor artboards. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you did enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you want to see our future videos, hit that subscribe button down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. But I was very curious when I stumbled. Oh, this is barely in green. That's why. It's like, what is happening here?